Man, I'm hungry. Oh, wait, it's review time. Let's go, JTB review.
Alright, guys. We're going to do Slipknot's Volume 3 Subliminal Verses. Uh, Alright, we're going to do the sound review, and it's going to be a lot. It's going to be an earful, so be ready. So let's go ahead and talk about this. First thing, let's do some facts. It was released May 25th, 2004. It was recorded in 2003. They recorded it in the mansion in Laurel Canyon, Los Angeles, California. I believe it was a mansion that Rick Rubin kind of let them borrow to record this in. Rick Rubin is the producer, by the way. No more Ross Robinson. And it's about an hour in length, a little bit more. Um, so we got to talk about this. All right. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. So we've gone 3 years. New record. Here we go. Corey Taylor's drinking a hell of a lot. They're seeing ghosts. They're him and fucking and Clown. They're seeing a bunch of ghosts and a lot of crazy shit's going on in this mansion. But in the meantime, they fucking sobered up and did good enough to fucking write a record. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the Prelude 3.0. A great opener and definitely a cool, unique, different song. You don't really hear a lot of songs like this. It's like a soft, creepy, cool vibe song. It's kind of a song that's just awesome. Number two, the Blister Exist. One of the coolest snare rolls of all time goes to this song. Dun 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 dun. Just a fucking really cool snare roll, great vocals, and definitely a cool way to open up this record. Number three is 3-0. I love the speed on this one. You just start up, dun, 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 dun. You just hear the fucking the hi hat, and you hear the snare at the same time by Joey, and it's cool, and it's just a thrasher, man. It's just a good one. Number four, the most well known probably on this one, Duality. A fact about this one is I believe Roadrunner gave it the coolest video Roadrunner's ever made. It was the most expensive one ever made, considering they let a bunch of their fans come by and practically just destroy this house with the band. And they filmed a music video for it, which is fucking just really cool. And when you go back and watch the video, I mean, you'll see the damage that was done. I mean, they just completely destroyed this house. And it was definitely well worth the video, well worth destroying a house, and you just get a cool visual of the song. Every time you listen to it now, I always imagine the kids. Number five, Opium of the People, just a great opener. Just really really cool. Number six is definitely a different one for Slipknot. It was the first song that we ever heard them slow it down. No electric guitars. It's acoustic. And you hear the softer side of Corey Taylor. You hear the acoustic side of Jim Root and Mick. And you hear this creepy version of it. And they ended up doing a video for it. Or no, not Circle. I'm thinking of Vermilion. But you just hear a different side of Slipknot that you've never heard before, and it works out in their favor. They took a risk, and it worked out. Number seven is Welcome. This is one of the well hidden tracks of this record. A lot of people don't really give enough credit, but this is actually a damn good track. It's one of the heaviest tracks I think they've ever done. This is probably one of my favorite tracks on here is Welcome. Just very well written, very heavy, and it's kind of a hidden gem as far as I'm concerned. Number eight, Vermilion. Vermilion and Vermilion Part 2 are two different songs by far. One is a heavy version and one is acoustic version. So we're talking about the heavy version. And one thing about the heavy version that is definitely cool is they made separate masks just for this song, and it's kind of like their facial their mask that you know that kind of resculptures their face, but it's clear and it's kind of a light blue color, but you kind of like still see their real face, but kind of you don't, and it's kind of a mystery. Um, but it's still definitely a really cool track. I definitely love it. It gives you a creepy vibe, and it's still heavy at the same time. And you know, Joey always did like a really cool like in like the middle of the song he kind of dun 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 dun. He's you know he's got like a cool little like drum segment there, and I've always really dug that about this song. Um, you know, here we go again. Pulse of the Maggots. This is also just another good, well-written track. You know, you think it's kind of the end of the world. You know, you kind of hear like the fucking, you know, the sirens in the background, and it's definitely really, really cool. I really dig that about this record. You know, you think it's like the end of the world, and Corey's yelling at you through like a fucking microphone, and just a really cool, neat track. 10. Before I forget. Just another good commercial hit. It's just as heavy as the rest. Maybe not as heavy, actually, but Before I Forget is cool, and the video is cool. It kind of shows them just jamming out without their masks in a room, which is, you know, just neat. Just neato. You know, 11, here we go. Vermilion Part 2. This song, they did a video for it, and it's got a girl who's you know, kind of you know, she's kind of just out there in her own little world, and you know, she's floating up in the air, and you know you know, she just got done doing the Vermilion, you know, out in the city, and you know, she just got done doing that music video. Now Part 2, it's just a little bit more creepy, more out in the country, you know. Just a really cool art, visual, cool video. I really dug it. You know, it's kind of different. Besides them just jamming or destroying a house, it kind of actually has a little bit, somewhat of a story. It's kind of a mysterious story, but it's there. Number 12, The Nameless. This is just another cool track, and it slows down about you know, about a quarter or about more than halfway through. It starts slowing down, and you know, you can kind of hear Corey's vocals go through the mic, and it's just a really good mix of heavy and Corey's really soft, awesome vocals. You know, you just hear a really cool one. Number 13, The Virus of Life. This is kind of like their version of the 2004. You know, this is kind of like their 2004 version of Tattered and Torn. You know, the virus of life. You know, it's slow, it's heavy, it's creepy, it's dark, and it's awesome. And they ended off with Danger Keep Away, which is another creepy Tattered and Torn type song. You know, kind of like Scissors in a way. Danger Keep Away. You know, and it's got like a really cool keyboard slash piano vibe, and it's creepy and it's dark, and it's a cool way to end the record as far as I'm concerned. Now normally I don't really do this, but you know, they had a special edition where they had like bonus songs, and normally I don't do that because really bonus songs aren't really that good, but these are a little too good not to talk about. So we're gonna talk about they came out with a special edition. And it had Don't Get Close and Scream. And those are the only two I'm really going to cover. The rest of them are like live tracks and like bullshit. But we're going to talk about Don't Get Close. And as far as bonus tracks goes, this is an amazing track. It's definitely worth paying the extra like $5 to $10 for the special edition. Just for these two tracks. It's worth it. You know, Don't Get Close. Don't get close. Na, 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 na. You know, Corey Taylor, you know, he sings soft on there, but it's the heaviest fucking bonus track I think I've ever heard. Dun, 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 dun. You know, you hear the keg, and you know, you hear a clown like in the back, and the drums. I mean, this is just fucking great, man. Just a great record. You know, And then number 2, the second bonus track on here that's worth a damn is Scream. Scream. And it's just good. It's just a good heavy track. It's just as good as Don't Get Close. It's just a hard hitter. Just a great way to end this record. By far, it's just a good, solid fucking record. It's still the same 9 guys, just added in with Rick Rubin. And honestly, everything from the album cover with the mouth that's zipped, or at least that's what I think it is, or even just the alternative special edition cover, with Joey and his hand like that, and Corey, and the group photo of the band, with just the darkness and the red, and it's creepy, and, I mean, fuck, and then, what went along with Iowa, and in Volume 3 was always Disaster Pieces, and Inside the Nine. They were always just cool to watch, like behind the scenes, and like the tour life of this, and it's just great. It really is just amazing, what these guys can do, just the talent that they produce, and it's still a 10 out of 10. I'm sorry, a lot of people are gonna hate on this because of Before I Forget and Duality, but you know what? This record is starting. It's slowly creeping up on me, and it's getting a hell of a lot better with age. It's getting just so much better with age, and it's just aging well, like a fine wine, or some fine whiskey. It's just getting better and better as time goes on, and I'm gonna consider this a classic. Here's in 10 years, this is gonna be like a classic record. If not, I mean, to me, it always will be. So, I mean, fuck, man. It's just a great record.